This time I want to give you a look at my second pair of uniform. Yeah, that's right. And that's this time I went for the MCDU. So the last one was MBDU. This is MCDU. So it's all nice, fancy terms. So that's Modern Combat Dress Uniform. So that's what it stands for. Now, when you're looking for these uniforms, after, make sure you just go for MCDU. So that's what this is about, because there's also, at least for the pants, there's also MCDU Dynaco or something. So that's something else. Those are different pants. So because I googled it, and you get two results. You get MCDU Dynaco, MCDU. So it's just MCDU, full stop, nothing. You'll notice it by the pattern I'm showing. If that pattern is not showing on the option list at Helikon Tex, then you got the wrong type of pants, at least for the pants part. So MCDU, if I went for matching, but you don't have to go for matching. You can mix and match, like with the MBDU. That's a different video, but if you've seen, that one will be posted as well. Then you can mix and match with those pants, or vice versa. That's up to you. So we'll go with the chest or combat shirt, as they call it. So this is the combat shirt, or the MCDU combat shirt, and the camo pattern you're looking at is DNC, or Desert Night Camo. That's what it's called. And the combat shirt part of it is the fact that you've got this main body in olive green, well, for this combination, and the Desert Night Camo on the outside sleeves and neck. So that's a difference from the MBDU, which was all camo and this material. So we'll just go over the shirt as a whole, and then over the like pockets and all of that. So the main body of the shirt is this lightweight, very breathable fabric. I'm not sure if the light, you can actually almost, it's, yeah, you can see through it. So it's that lightweight. Maybe if I hold it like this a bit. So very lightweight. So that's very handy if you're wearing a plate carrier over it, because otherwise it will tend to get quite hot. So that's not a good idea. So that's what I liked about it. At first I wasn't a big fan of the fact that this wasn't camo as well, but thinking of it, and I sweat a lot, I do begin to appreciate the fact that this is all of that breathable material. The arms, or this part at where the pattern is on, this is a sort of polycotton ripstop fabric, much like the MBDU uniform. Very nice, durable, strong, very, how do you say it? Very reassuringly durable feeling, which is very nice. And as you see, it runs up the neck like that, around the collar and where the zipper is, and then down the other arm again, and on the back a bit more, but as you can see, it's mainly centered around the arms, and the main body is that nice cooling fabric. Now, as for functionality, We got a big main zipper, as you can see here. And it is their YKK zipper. They're very adamant about mentioning their YKK zippers for, I'm guessing, the durability of it. Maybe someone can comment on that if they see this video. But they're very adamant on mentioning that they are YKK zippers. I'm not sure as to why, but maybe someone who sees the video will be able to tell me why. That's a song. I won't start singing. But as you can see, functions, always make sure you line up your zippers nicely. Functions well, no issues there. The color, as you can see, is a sort of stand-up color. Now, you could, I suppose, fold it a bit over, but they did not mention that with this type of, just gotta check, loop panels, torso, biceps. No, the other one, the other uniform had the same pattern on the inside. So you could fold it over and it would still be showing the camo pattern. But with this one, it's just the breathable fabric on the inside again, so you don't sweat too much on the collar area. Apart from that, on the main body, there is nothing else except the breathable fabric. No pockets, no, just the material or bare necessities. Located on the sleeve, which is like, well, your outside, more on, so I'll fold it like this. So that's your arm. And you can see you have real estate for personalization of your uniform, patches. You know, that's what's it's mainly for. So, or maybe something else that uses Velcro, but mainly for patches, so you can customize your uniform. And of course, fairly, like maybe for wallets and small maps or papers pocket. Nothing much, not too big, not too little, just for those small essentials. So it's not that big. It's about this size, because you can see it from the stitching. It's about this size. Apart from that, there is not really anything else on the sleeve except, of course, the adjustability for the arm. So you can, I'll put my arm through it so you can see it better. If I can find the sleeve. So you can just, where is my Velcro? Well, a little bit neater than that, but then you can form it up to your arm. So that's the functionality of that little bit. Takes up the slack, and then you can neatly adjust it to your arms. But as I say, for this, compared to the MBDU shirt, there is not much as in pockets or patch locations. It's just mainly the fact that it's a lot more breathable and functional for hotter weather. So, but that's okay. So that's something, just That's just something you'll have to make up for yourself, which one you go for, but that's mainly it. Now, if we look over the build quality, you can see they took care to neatly tidy their stitches. There is really, particularly on this one, not even like normally when you start sewing and you run out of thread, so you have to restart, then you get those loose threads, but they're not really loose threads. They're like the end of a thread, and they have to restart, but it pokes out, and sometimes they remove it, sometimes they don't. But that's not a bad thing. So that's not like it's unraveling or anything like that. It's just excess thread. But even on this one, you don't even have that. It's just all finished, even the zipper, the patch, just nicely finished off. When we get to the collar again, the zipper area, the cooling part, I'll turn it around like this. All nice, neatly finished off. And really, I can't even find, I'm really looking for like even loose excess threads, like I mentioned. I found one tiny excess. So this is what you get when you like stop and start with this one. And this one is just from like the under fabric, base fabric poking out that they haven't removed. But that's like very minute OCD picking, but I rather point it out so you don't have to worry about it. So on the inside, this might be interesting. This is what the lightweight cooling fabric looks on the inside. It's I've put it on and it's quite comfortable on the body. So because sometimes it's difficult for people like me, if you're sensitive to materials on your skin, and this, I was worried about this, but it is not irritating or annoying at all. So that's one of the main reasons why I was worried about wearing this material. Now, if you see like the main zipper part on the inside, again, they finished it off nicely. So they took care and attention to finish it off on the inside. And all this, the little fluffs on the side, is just from the base material stitched in between. And that's just like they cut it off, but there's always going to be minute pieces of fabric sticking out. Now, if I can fully turn it inside out, mainly for the elbows, if I can. So this might be important for people who really, because in the end you're investing a substantial amount of material. As you can see, even on the inside, it is all nicely finished. It is not like, that's just from the fabrication. It's again nicely finished off. So there really is, even here, double lines. So they really did do double lines where it is possible or needed. So that, and here you can again see the coolant that they did on the neckline that I just said earlier for this sweating around this part. So it is very nice. Again, this part you can see they compared to the one before, there's even less excess threads. So, but that one was made in China, and this one is made in Vietnam. So, not that the MBDU was bad, but I'm just saying this one is even neatlier finished off. So that was everything for the shirt. Now, if you go for the MCDU pants, then you get this. So that's the back part. Oops, that's for cleaning glasses. And that's our front part. This one, however, compared to the shirt, is mainly all the DNC pattern, except of course the obvious parts here, which is again that olive green, which was a breathable fabric on top of this one, which is also olive green. So that's supposed to be olive drab, but you can see how it differentiates because this is a different type of fabric than that, but they are both olive drab, so just so you know. So again, we have that nice polycotton ripstop fabric over the whole pants. The difference, the only extra thing compared to the combat shirt is the fact that we have the, I'll put it up to the camera, you can see this material running here on the inside of the legs. If I hold it like that, and we go to the crotch area, this is the crotch area, we have that same fabric, and then it runs down the other leg. That is our Versa stretch. They're patented the word Versa stretch material. So this allows for more movement in the crotch region and the leg area. This one, because, well, obviously with the breathable fabric, you already get that movement, freedom of movement because of the breathable material. So that's why this one doesn't really have that Versa stretch material. So let's just start on the top. You have belt loops, and these will fit belts up to 40 millimeters wide. They are, as you can see, nicely stitched on and very neatly finished. No issues there. Then as we go lower down, we have on both sides front pockets, which are, as you can see, quite a substantial depth. And here you can see what I mean with like from manufacturing. So this is just excess thread that they did cut off. So two nice hip pockets, yeah, that's it. And then as we go lower down, I'll show it in a moment, there's also a pocket here. As you can see here, I pulled it out. And another, obviously, on the other side, which is mirrored. Then we have this very wide zippered pouch, which it's very hard to show, but no, I can't because they stitched it differently, but I can pull it out a little. So this is the main pouch, but inside they stitched, can you see it, a little smaller pouch. Again, same one on the other side, symmetrical. Okay, then we come to where the another olive drab insert is. That's here, and that is actually this material. That's our Cordura 500. So they reinforced the knee areas with Cordura 500D fabric. You can actually see from the, it's a more like a sturdier, stronger fabric. So makes sense they would use it for the knee areas. This will also allow for knee inserts. So these pants are compatible with knee inserts. So that's why this is here. Again, on the other side, of course. Now, before we go further down to the end legs, we have these, if you were to put the pants on, they're on your sides of your legs. So if I stand up around here between your knee and your hip, and that's, if we open it up, there's mesh fabric on the inside. Now this is, believe it or not, for added ventilation. So if you're getting hot in your pants, now that's a very, very strange way of saying things, and I just regret saying it. You can open these up. Seriously, that's what it's for, added ventilation. Now might be interesting just to gently close it up, because otherwise the mesh might get caught in the zipper. Something to think about. Oh yeah, that's the back part. So for the main front body of the pants, that's it. Now again, we have a nice, I did forget this, a nice Velcro close hook and loop system, and the zipper so you can close up the pants along with, of course, your belt. Now all the way down, so this is the bottom end of your pants, we have another hook and loop system, and this is to pretend my arm is your leg, again like with the arms on the combat shirt, to nicely adjust it to your leg. So the same thing with the arms, that's repeated here. Now when we turn the pants over, we have back, no, those were front pockets, those were hips. These are the hip pockets, sorry, terminology. So again, 2 pockets here. Now these are not very wide. I can barely fit, I can't even reach in with my hands, so maybe for like small items. It's very difficult to get in there. So I wouldn't put, they're not very deep either. No, they're actually, let's see, I can pull it out. They are, yeah, not sure what the use is for putting in those, because they might drop out quite fast, but they added them nonetheless. I don't find these very useful, but whatever, they're there. Then as we move further down, again, a Velcro pocket. Interesting. Okay. So a quite substantial depth. And the funny thing is they added Velcro on the inside. So I'm guessing that we can, and then it stays open like that. I mean, that makes sense because it's literally the same orientation as these two to close it up. And then you get a sort of open pocket. See, these are the 2 on the inside. That may be handy for people who like in real time use, appreciate this kind of functionality. Here we again have that Versa. I'll hold it up like this. This Versa stretch again. This is the back of the knee for that added mobility, kneeling, and you know, that's why they added the Versa stretch material here. Again, adjustment, so you can adjust the pants. Sorry, I'll hold it up like this. As I just said earlier, here to your legs, but on the back you can also adjust it again here. So this is more knee height, where you can bring it up closer to your leg like that, so taking up the slack. And this is the last pocket. So this is like almost near your shoes, obviously, because that's the end of the pants. And again, a very nice substantial pocket, almost fits my entire hand. So if you've been keeping count, that is a total of 12 pockets on this pants in the entirety. So that's quite a lot. So that kind of helps with the lack of pockets in the combat shirt. Now, obviously you're not just going to wear a uniform, you're going to wear your plate carriers, so you have pockets there and you know, all of that. So not really an issue. Now again, as we look for material quality, we see again the stitching neatly, straight, the way the Velcro's been stitched on, and then the Versa stretch, and then we move further up to like the pouches, again stitched nice and straight, no issues there whatsoever. Oh yeah, obviously I forgot about Versa stretch here as well, so around your lower, well, just below your belt. Again, freedom of movement, so they did add Versa stretch in the key areas, but you can really see the stitching and the effort they put, because if you look on the inside where the belt hook loops are, then you can see a lot of thicker stitching here as well. Now we'll open up the pants like we did with the combat shirt. Now pull out one leg pants, that will be enough because the other one is literally the same. So you can really see how they even on the inside added the functionality, I mean quality of stitching, so they didn't skimp on the inside. So this is all the way going down. You can see how they, well, with this one, reinforced key areas. So where reinforcement is needed, they added it. Here you can see that little pocket. Oh, which one is this one? Let me just check on the outside. Is that our little pocket on the back? Yeah, that's our little pocket on the back, so that's more viewable. It's not as undeep as I thought. Let me just check to be sure. It's a bit difficult when it's turned inside out. Yeah, that's the one where I couldn't get my hand in. So now you can see a bit like the depth, the size is more viewable. So not that big, but big enough. But it's very, as you could see, I could barely get my hand in there. So for tiny hands maybe. But yeah, you can see that they added attention to the inside as well. That is pretty much it. Color wise, if you're going with, let's just say, the MCDU combat shirt and the MCDU pants, then you have, of course, the one I have, the Desert Night Camo, but just gonna have to have a little look. You can also get tiger stripe and olive green, which looks a bit like this. That's something that's become more and more popular. So that's tiger stripe and olive green. So that means the olive green parts are the same. And then also US woodland and olive green. Yeah. No, thank you. I do apologize if I offend anyone. I mean, I like US woodland, but I don't like it in this combination. As for the pants, of course, that is the same as I'll show you here. So here is our DNC one. That's the one I've been showing you. And then if we go, that's our tiger stripe one. And then the US woodland one. So that gives you a general idea of the options. Now you've noticed the price, obviously. Why is it in dollars? Okay. So for the shirt, you're looking at 64.99 euros. And this doesn't matter which one of the three you pick. As for the pants, why is it in dollars? Very weird. Okay, so for the pants, you're looking at about, what was it again? About 120 euros, in that sort of 110, 120 euros. So quite a bit more, but it is a lot more of that poly cotton ripstop fabric. So that's more in line with the price of the other uniform, the MBDU. As for material usage, I'll put it in the description. The main types of material the uniform is made out of. I won't bore you with the amounts of polyester in it and the amounts of poly cotton in it, because I'll put it down in the description in case you're interested in it, or you can just Google it if you want. Now, there is maybe this might be interesting for someone. The design of the trousers is inspired by the Polish uniform of the airborne troops developed in the 1950s. So there you go, in case you were wondering. That's it. Okay, nice. Oh yeah, no, that's, I did low profile protective pads. I did mention that. Reinforced. Okay. In case you were wondering, this type of camo, the Desert Night Camo, is quite a few years old. I was surprised by that. It was developed by the Americans in, please don't take me on this, somewhere like 20, 30 years ago. Wait, 25. Like around the 1980s. But don't, I forgot someone told me yesterday. I'll put the correct date in case you're interested when it was developed. But that's pretty much it for the MCDU combat shirt and the MCDU pants. I hope you found it interesting. I have to say it is very comfortable. I test fitted it for the first time, and I have to say, if that is any indication of how it will be when I start using it, then I will be very happy. So it's looking very promising. It feels, and I really sweat a lot, so it's actually coping with the amount I sweat. Now I will, however, be doing a longer test, because this might be a great idea to put the uniform on and go for a long walk in the sindering heat. So to see how it functions, that might be a good idea. But I have to say, obviously when you're going to a store, the only thing you can do is try it on if you have that possibility, and you have to go from there. So that's what mainly this video is about, the first impression and details. So maybe hopefully someone who's sees this video and has this uniform and has been using it for a while, please let me know how it held up, because that will allow me to help other people and also help me with the information. But the first initial thing is I am impressed and I don't regret getting it. About the size, the only concern with sizing is their sizing is quite difficult and tends to change. So my main tip is study their sizing chart to avoid mistakes, because a lot of stores that sell Helikon Tex copy the sizing chart, but they sometimes copy it wrong. So go to Helikon Tex itself and check the sizing chart, follow the instructions and measure it, try it again. So you, as they say, measure twice, cut once. But for this, measure 2 or 3 times and then buy. I mean, you can send it back, obviously, if you buy from Amazon or the Polish store I bought it from. But for me, I had to send pants back because they were too big, even though I measured and it said so. That's something I have to emphasize on, is sizing. That's getting the size right. So do your homework, and if possible, maybe someone is just about your size, or there is a store and they will allow you to fit. If you can, try it on. That is very important. So if the store allows you to do it, try it on, because they have a very strange fitment, so to speak. So it's not like, oh, Excel and okay. So just be mindful of that. And that's it. That was the only thing I wanted to emphasize on. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll put one up of me wearing it and all of that, with gear on and stuff like that. If you have questions, just ask about this or anything else. That's no problem. If you want to comment on something, feel free. I don't mind. Apart from that, I wish you all the best. Take care. Have a nice day or evening, depending on where you're watching from. If you subscribed already, I really appreciate that. And I thank you for your support. And that's it. All the best and take care. Bye-bye.